Good morning, students. So today we are going to start with a practical session for the chapter HTML. So in this particular chapter, we are going to see how to work with an HTML, how to do certain contents in an HTML, how to edit in an HTML, how to insert pictures in an HTML, and how to color and format HTML according to our wish. So in order to first start with an HTML, you should understand the basic structure of an HTML. So HTML has a basic structure and it starts this way. First, you have to use the arrow brackets, then use the exclamation mark, then write doc type HTML. Now, what does this mean? The doc type HTML means that what kind of document it is. Okay, so if it is more than HTML5, if it's HTML5, then you do not need to use the HTML. Okay, or you do not need to use the doc type. So I'm going to repeat this once again, that if you have the HTML version which is more than 5, which is the latest version of HTML, then you do not need to use this doc type. If you have less than that time you have to use this doc type. Now why we are using this doc type is because your browser are able to understand that what kind of version it is with the help of the doc type that you have given. If you have not given this one, that means you have the better version. If you have less than this one, or the, for example, your particular browser is older version because of your internet issue and not able to update your browser, that time even that particular browser is able to reach the HTML files, or able to read all those HTML contents. That time you have to give this doc type. So doc type is actually for the browser to read your HTML contents. Okay, so this is your doc type. Now after doc type comes the heading tag. Okay, that is the head tag, and inside the head tag we write the title. Now we are going to give the title of our web page, the whole web page. Okay, not just the content inside, not for the contents, but for the whole web page we have to give one particular title. So for example, I have written my title over here, and let me close the title. Okay, then after I close the title, I need to close the head tag. Please remember this, that you need to open the tags, then you need to close it. Okay, if you do not close it, your particular content inside those tags won't be able to display properly. So please close the tags once you have opened it. Recheck your particular HTML before you run your HTML, that whether you have closed the tags or not. So after head tag comes your body tag. Okay, so in the body tag I'm going to write, this is my first web page. Then I need to close the body, then I need to close the HTML. So this is the basic format of how HTML should be written. Okay, so after I open the body, I need to close. And remember, how you will know that this is a closing is you are giving a backslash. If you are giving a backslash at front of it, your particular HTML will know that this is a closing tag. If you do not have this, then it will understand that this is also a opening tag like this one. So always use a backslash in front of the text to indicate that this is a closing tag. Okay, so after this I need to save this file. So what I'll do is, I've already saved this file, so I'm going to resave it in my particular desktop, and I'm going to say my web page. Then you need to give the extension of the file. The extension of the file is .html. Then click on all files. After clicking on all files, save the file. Okay, now once you save the file, if I go back to my page, then I'm going to see my web page, and this is the my first web page. Okay, that is my first HTML page that I have created. Okay, So I hope you have understood so how to create the HTML files. Okay, now after creating HTML file, now this is not just the ending of the HTML files, we have so many things to do. Now we are going to use the heading tags. Now comes the heading tag. So there are around 6 types of heading tags. Now what is a heading tag? Now you are giving the heading for your content. The earlier heading was, for example, my title was this one. This is the heading for your whole web page. Now in order to give the heading for your content which is inside the body of the HTML, you need to give the heading tag. So how to use the heading tag is, I'm going to write over here h1, then I'm going to say my heading, then close the h1, then save it. After that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my browser and refresh it. Now you can see this is the title for my content over here, this content. Okay, so you can, there are 6 types of heading tags. You can test it out by yourself also, but let me show you one by one. So if I make this now h2 and refresh the page, now the size of the text have reduced, along with the boldness in the text have reduced. So if you keep on increase the number in the heading tag, it will keep on reducing the size of the text along with the thickness of the boldness in the text. So till how much it has to go is, it will go from h1 till h6. So you can change from h1 over here till h6. So this is the least heading tag that you can find in your HTML. Okay, and this is the one of the thickest and the boldest in the heading tag, which is the h1. So student, please don't get confused regarding this. Do not say that h6 is the thickest and the boldest among the heading tags. Actually, if you start to increase the number in the heading tags, it will start to lose the size along with the boldness in the text. The lesser the size, or I mean the lesser the number in the heading tag, the more the thickness and boldness in the text that you shall get. So that is why h1 is the one of the most thickest heading tags that you can find in your HTML. Okay, so after that, there are a few of the things that I'm going to show you now. Comment. Now what are comments means? Comment are those things which are not readable by your HTML. That means it is not going to show it to the user. It is for the people who have created that HTML. So if I write it down over here like, okay, this way, then I'm going to say heading section. Okay, then I'm going to close this over here, save it and refresh it. Now see, nothing came. Even though I typed it over here, nothing came. So this is a comment section. So in comment section, what does it do is, this is for the person whom is working on this particular HTML. Okay, at the back of the HTML, who is creating all these things. These are the comments are for those things, so that they can it can come as a reminder to them that what they are working on and where they have left. Okay, this has come as a reminder to them. So comments are for those people. Okay, so it is not for the user. That is why the user are not able to see the comments which are being created in your HTML page. Okay, so these are your comments. Now the next one are your paragraph tags. Okay, so now students, if you want to create paragraphs, then you need to make a paragraph, and that paragraph has to be inside the p tag. The p tag will refer to the HTML that this is a paragraph. So your particular paragraph should be inside your paragraph tag, which is your p tag. So if you look over here, I have given a title for my paragraph. So I have given under the h2 and written the title for my paragraph is my paragraph h2, and over here this is a paragraph that I have made, and this particular paragraph is inside the paragraph tag. So if I save this now, then go over my browser, so this is the paragraph that I've created. This is my title for my paragraph, and this is the paragraph that I've created. Now after using the paragraph tag, now there are certain properties along with the paragraph tag which are your alignments. So how to use the alignments are, now if you want to use alignments, now I have already created the alignment, so you need to give an align keyword, which is align keyword, inside the paragraph tag. Okay, so this align keyword has three properties: center, left and right. By default, remember this, by default your alignment is always to the left section. Okay, so if you want to align your particular paragraph into other section, for example like a right or a center, then you have to give an align keyword over here, which has to be inside the paragraph tag. Okay, which has to be inside the paragraph tag, and you have to write center, and this center has to be inside the double quotes, not single quotes but double quotes. Okay, it has to be inside double quotes. Then you have to give equals to, then double quotes, and write center over there. Then after this, if you save it and refresh your browser, now once again, now you can see my particular title of the paragraph is also center aligned, as well as my paragraph is also center aligned. If you look at it, this is the way through which you can center align your particular paragraph. Okay, by using the align property of the paragraph. Okay, now comes your break tag. Now what a break tag means is, break tags are if you want to use or if you want to make that particular line of a text or of certain words to go into a next line, then you have to use a BR tag. Now BR tag is an empty tag, so it does not require a closing tag. Rest all of the tags which are not which doesn't come under the empty tags, they have to, you have to use a closing tag. But in case of empty tags, you do not need a closing tag. So a BR comes under your empty tag, so it does not require a closing tag. So over here I'm saying I've given certain title like a break tag over here, and under the P tag I have written good morning, but in between the good and morning I've used around 1 2 3 4 5. So it is going to go and create a space of a 5, okay, between good and morning. So if I save it right now, then refresh it, now see the morning is the difference, the distance between good and morning is very huge, because I've created a 5 line of spacing between good and morning. So it is going to, the BR is going to break the line, and you are going to continue in the next line. So it's up to you how much you want to break it and you want to continue in the next line. So BR is your empty tag. Now next comes is your horizontal line. So if you want to create a horizontal line for your particular title, then you can use your HR tag. Now HR tag has 3 basic properties, which is your size, width and align. Now size will refer to how much thickness do you want for your particular line. I have given 3, you can give up to 10. Okay, so I have given 3 over here, so I do not want so much thickness. Width means how much size of your particular line. Do you want to make line all over the page, or you want just like a 50% from that particular page? Okay, so I made the width 50% of the particular page, then I have aligned that particular line in the center. So HR tag is going to create a line for you. So if I save it right now, if I save it and go to my browser, you can see this is 50% of this particular page. So from here till here I've created, if I want to draw a line, it has to be 100%, but I have just made a 50%. So 50% is this much, and the thickness is 3. Okay, and the thickness is 3 and the alignment is at the center. Okay, so if you want to create a line like this, then you have to use a HR tag. It is not necessary that you have to use your size and your alignment, but width you have to use it, because you have to specify the how much long do you want your particular line to be displayed on the screen. Okay, so this is your horizontal line. Now next one is your how to insert a blank space in your HTML. Okay, So if you want to insert a blank space in HTML, that particular blank space is termed to be NBSP. Now NBSP stands for non-breaking space. Now non-breaking space means if you create or if you use NBSP, which is if you want to use it, you have to use first ampersand NBSP then semicolon. Okay, so NBSP is going to create one space for you. If you are using two, NBSP is going to create two space for you. So it depends upon you. Just like a BR tag, NBSP tag is going to create a space for you. If you use it once, it's going to create a small one space. If you use it twice, it's going to create a twice of the space that you have done. And if you use it more than twice or three, it's going to depend on how much NBSP that you have used. So I've created a paragraph over here. So after the point, I have made 1, 2, 3, 4 space over here. Okay, so you have to write exactly like this. So ampersand NBSP then semicolon. Please do not forget that how it should be written, because if I do not write one of the semicolons or I forget to write this ampersand sign, that particular space won't be created. That means you have to write exactly how I have written or how I have showed it over here. Okay, so it is going to create 1, 2, 3, 4 space over here. Okay, so if I save it right now, go to my browser, then do a refresh, now you can see this is a space of 4. So if you want to create more space, then you have to use more NBSP. Again, I'm telling you, the full form of NBSP is non-breaking space, which is going to create a space for you in your HTML. Now you can also say, sir, I can use a tab button or I can use a space bar also in order to create space. But whenever you are creating a website and you're uploading in the internet, your space bar or your tab won't be displayed on the website. That is why when your particular site or when your website or your application are being uploaded in the internet, it only understands NBSP. If you are giving space, it only understands the space given by the NBSP. It won't understand the space given by a space bar or tab or any other keys that you have used in order to create a space. So the best practice for you to create a space between a paragraph is by using NBSP in your HTML. So this is how you can create your NBSP. Okay, so now I'm going to show you another way of doing HTML. That is, now the another thing is, now I have to show you how to format background. So there are different ways you can format background. You can change the background colors, you can change the color of your text, each and everything you can do it. Okay, so if you want to do all those things, these are termed to be your formatting of the background. Okay, so let me show you. So if you want to over here I've created a new HTML and I've given a title as a background formatting. Okay, so let me what I'll do is, yes, I'm going to remove this, make everything into a comment. Okay, then I'm going to remove this one. So if you want to change the background color, of your particular page, then you have to use BG color. Okay, now there are around 16 colors that you can choose from. In your book, yeah, it is already given. So I have written over here purple, and the text color, that means how what kind of text do you want to be displayed. So over here, if I for example write hello over here, okay, so I want this particular hello to be displayed in a color of red. Now let me save this and go over here. Look, now this is the way. Now the background color is also the background this is the background color has changed. It has been purple and the text color is red. How that is red? Because I've changed the BG color. BG means background color to be a purple. Okay, there are 16 colors. From that 16 you can choose any one. Now other than 16, if you want to choose it, you have to use a hexadecimal number. Now that is quite difficult for you, so rather go with the 16 colors which has been already told in your book. And you can also use one another property in order to change the color of the text for your body. Now once I give the color of the text in the body section, okay, in the body section. That means whenever I write any text, every time it's going to come in red color, okay. So later on I'm going to show you also how to independently change colors, or how to independently change the style of a text, okay. One style of a text, and in the next text it has to be in different style with different colors and different size. You can also do that. But if you are using the text property within the body section of the HTML, that time it is going to make changes in all over the page. So if it's if you want like purple in first line and green in second line, it is not going to happen, okay. If you are using the text color, the text property in your body, so whenever you are using this kind of properties in the body section, it is going to make changes all over the page, okay. So every time you are going to now write it or make any changes, is going to come in that particular color only. So but if you want to change everything all at the same time, you can use the text which has to be inside the body tag, same as that I have shown it over here. It has to be inside the body tag. This is inside the body tag. So if you are doing anything inside the body tag, is going to be applied to the whole page. So that is why the purple color also change the background. That means it's going to change the background of all the page that you have done over here. And the text is also going to change the color of the every text that you have typed, okay. So this is your background color. Let me comment this. Now if I want to insert an image in the background, okay, if I want to insert the image in the background, the first thing what you need to do is you need to create, or you need to insert a image in your desktop. After you do that, then you need to do a right click, then go to properties. In the properties section, you are going to see the location, and the location is going to show you the address of that particular image. Copy this like this over here, okay, then paste it over here. After that, again use one another backslash, then give the name of the image. So the name of my image is img12.jpg. do not forget to use the extension. If you forget to use the extension, your image won't be displayed on the screen. So you have to give first the location of the file. After that, put one another backslash, then give the name of the file along with the extension of the file, okay. So if I right now uncomment this, okay, if I right now uncomment this, and the property that changes the background by using an image is the background. You have to write background equals to, give the location of the file, then give the name of the file along with the extension, and everything has to be inside the double quotes. Do not forget that, that is very important. So it has to be inside background. And over here also I have written the text has to be purple. So because it is inside the body tag, so everything whatever has been written, it will be in purple, okay. So if I save it right now, go over here and refresh this, now the background has changed. Now the image is coming and the color of the text has changed to purple. So this is how you can change the background image, okay, by using the background property inside the body. So it has to be inside double quotes, then you have to give the location of the file. First save the image in your desktop, right click on the image, go to properties, under location you are going to see the location of the file, then add then copy that and paste it in your notepad, okay, inside that double quotes. After that, add one another backslash and give the name of the file along with the extension of the file, okay. The extension of the file is going to determine, or is going to say to the HTML that what kind of file it is, whether it's an HTML or whether it's a text file. So it is only able to read image file, so that is why you have to give the extension of the image. There are so many extensions like JPG, PNG, this kind of image extensions are over there. So you have to give the extension of the file, otherwise it won't be able to understand that what kind of file it is. So name of the file along with the extension. After that, you can give the text color also. If you do not want, you don't need to give the text color also. Over here I have given the text color, so if you want, you can give it that way also. So this is how you can change the background color of your HTML page. Now when it comes to make changes to each of the paragraph independently, then I have to use some another thing. I mean to say some other things. So which are those things are, let me show you. So you have to use font tag. So what is a font tag means? Font tags are those tags through which you can make changes to your particular text, to a one text or to a paragraph or to a line of a text independently. If you want first line to be in green color in different style, you can do that. If you want the next particular line to be in a red color with a different style, with a different size, you can do that. So if you want each of this particular text to be changed independently according to your wish, that time you have to use a font tag. Because earlier what we were doing is we were changing the colors of our text in the body. So it was everything was getting changed. Everything was coming red or everything was coming purple. But if I want the first text to be in purple, the second text to be in green, the third text to be in yellow, that time I have to use the font tag. So font tag, so I have created one paragraph over here in which I have written hypertext markup language is used for building skeleton of a website. Skeleton means that is going to build the primary what you can say, a blueprint for your website. Okay, so I've given a title for my particular this paragraph tag. So this is a title. I don't think you are getting confused till making this over here. Now inside the paragraph tag, remember the font tag has to be inside the paragraph tag. The first property of the font is face. Now what does it face means? The style. What kind of style you want. So if you do not know the names of the font over here, what you can do is under format, is going to find a font over here. Click over here, then you can going to see a lot of font styles over here. Click any of over here. For example, I have done this one. I clicked over here, then copy this like this, and over here paste it. Okay, so if I paste it, remember face equals to, and it has to be in double quotes. Then write, you can write Times New Roman, Arial, Calibri, Open Sans. Okay, whatever you want, Courier New, those kind of font styles are there. So you need to know these font styles. Okay, if you do not know this, you can go to the format in the font, you can check all those different kinds of font styles over there. So it is the style of the font. This one, the face means the style of the font. Then comes the size, how big you want to see a particular font. This is your size. Then comes the color. Okay, so I want the color to be an orange over here. So if I save it right now, go to my format over go to my browser over here and do a refresh. Now look over here, this is the style of the font. Now see, this is in different style, and this one is in different style and in different color. So I can again copy this once again, copy this once not the header, I don't want the header. Copy this once again, paste it over here. Now I'm going to say, okay, I want in Times, not in Times New Roman, maybe Calibri. Okay, then the size has to be 20, and the color has to be in purple. Okay, if I save it right now, go to my browser, refresh the page. Now see, the same thing, the same sentence now is in different color, different size with different font face. Okay, so this way you can change each of your line text styles, size and colors independently by using the font tag in the HTML. Okay, now the next one is, which is the final one, is there are, along with font tag, there is one another tag which are your for your formatting. Okay, these are also can be used. So these are your formatting tags. Okay, some of the formatting tags. Out of this, few are very important and others are okay, it's not so important also. Some of the very important are bold, italics, underline. Okay, strike and emphasis are not so important, as well as strong are also not so important. Sub and sub are very important. Sub means it is a superscript and sub means it is a subscript. So if I right now save this and refresh over here, you are going to see B means it's going to make bold, I means it's going to make italics, that means it's going to come in slant. Okay, underline means it's going to draw an underline under your text. Strike means it's going to strike through your text. Okay, Emphasize means is going to create, if some of the words are very important in your paragraph, then you can use emphasize. So it is going to come in bit of italics, and bit of your particular style is also going to be changed in your emphasis. Strong and bold are more or less same. Now comes your superscript. So if you want particular text to be on top of one another, for example, over here I have written H2O. In science it means water. It is a chemical name for a water, which is H2O. This 2 has to be at the up, which has to be close to your H over here. So if I want this particular 2 to go up, I have to use a superscript. If I want the values or anything to be below it, then I have to use a subscript. So remember the difference. If I want the values to go to the top, I have to use a superscript. If I want the values to go at the bottom, I have to use a subscript. So this is the way through which you can do the primary things in your HTML. Students, if you have any doubts, any queries, do let me know in the WhatsApp.